Champions League, sponsored by Twitch and SteelSeries, and of course, last but not least, G2A, organized by Dreams Media. Between Penta Sports and Dignitas, both teams had a few matchups already. Penta is sitting in the second last spot with 2 wins out of 8 games. That means they have lost 6 games, 6 maps. I have to emphasize that. Copenhagen Wolves didn't necessarily do better with 4 wins out of 8 matches. They are sitting in the third last spot. Now we will see Mirage and Inferno between the two teams. Both teams have played Inferno and Mirage quite often lately, especially Penta against Existence. A really close win for the Germans with a 16-14 on Inferno in the 99 damage arena. Not necessarily convincing showing by Penta, but Existence had a very good two-day performance. I mean, they played 2 days, and both of those days have been really successful for Existence. The Spaniards did eliminate 3 teams on the way to the final against Penta. Then Penta played against Flipside in the Go Champions League. On Inferno, they went down 6-16. But Flipside is on a roll, and they are getting better and better by the second, basically. They managed to win against Hellraisers on LAN in the CAS Championship, so they just came home from winning that. And I think Flipside will be a contender in the future if they keep that momentum. Then Penta played Mirage against Navi in the Go Champions League. They won 16-5. And if you know how good Navi can play Mirage, you know how impressive that win was for Penta. Another match against Dignitas was not as successful as against Navi. They ended up 16-11 in favor of the Danes in the Go Champions League match. So Penta has some mixed results on Mirage, some good results on Inferno, but I think the Germans have a few problems right now, especially with motivation. At least it makes the impression that sometimes they throw rounds away, or they don't take it as serious as they could do. We will see how serious they take the game against Copenhagen Wolves. It is coming up just now. Basically the 9th round was live already, but then Penta lost another player, and we are back to 4 versus 5. Just waiting for the Germans to get the last player on the board. Then in the meantime, I will walk you through the recent matches of Copenhagen Wolves. Of course, they played Existence in the 99 damage arena as well. They managed to win 1 map against the Spaniards. It was Cobble. But they lost both Inferno and Mirage with a 16-11 scoreline. So you could argue that Copenhagen Wolves have those weaknesses on those maps. If you compare it, you know, HLTV.org logic being applied on the 2 maps, you consider Existence losing the 2 maps against Penta and winning them against Copenhagen Wolves. You know that Penta should be the stronger team, but it's always different. You face different teams, you play different maps, you are in different shape, and all that adds up to make you win or lose. So it might be a different day, or it is certainly a different day. It's a different matchup, and maybe Copenhagen Wolves gives Penta a run for their money. Both teams could use those wins to get into a better position, but they are not necessarily the contenders for the playoff spot. As Penta wins the 9th round, they will stay on the CT side, the obvious choice to make. And we are underway with the game. Finally, only 22 minutes late. We had a horrible VAC authentication error problem yesterday, so let's keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't happen today. Copenhagen Wolves are represented by Freeze, SMF, Hunden, Snappy, and Asilian. On the other side, we have Penta with Crystal, Dennis, Speedy, NKJ, and Nex. And if you haven't caught Penta in the past few weeks, NKJ is a new addition to them. They added him after removing Troubly, who didn't seem to fit into the squad. So why? Yeah. So, there it is. Finally live with the game. First map between Penta and Dignitas, yeah. Copenhagen Wolves. Now the overlay even fooled me. Let's see who starts off. Crystal with the first frag in middle onto Freeze. The terrorist on a B push. They have two CTs to work against. One of them is Nex, and he's in his prone position. He uses that position so many times. Let's see if Copenhagen Wolves have watched a few demos. No, they didn't. Obviously not, as Nex gets himself a double kill. Speedy finishes off another one, and Crystal was in there with the first frag. So it's a double kill for the B defenders, and middle control for Crystal. 1-0, really quick round. That B push did work at the start of Mirage and the start of CSGO. It was the perfect strategy, but it seems like the teams have figured out how to counter those pushes, and the position by Nex was perfect. It slowed them down, it slowed the terrorists down, and he got 2 kills. So good setup for the CTs to start off, but they have to battle it out against those 4 Tech 9s in the hands of Copenhagen Wolves right now. They are pushing to the A bomb site. 3 CTs are in there. The flashes and the smokes get deployed by the terrorists, but 1 CT snuck in between. In behind it is Crystal to hose down 1, and another one onto Zillion. Great job by Crystal, but his team is decimated to 2 players only. 3v2 right now. Freeze and company are still on the go in this round, and it could be the upset that Copenhagen Wolves need right now. Snappy's coming in from the connector. He could ambush Speedy as he's coming from that direction, trying to retake the bomb site, but he allowed Nex to get the better of 2, and it's a 1v1 situation. Snappy's coming in with the FAMAS. Nex aborted that defuse, and it is his death for Snappy. The 1v1 ended happily, and Copenhagen Wolves with a 1-1 on the board already. This game proves to be exciting, no matter the outcome of the first round, which was really decisive. The second one was really close. Right now Penta trying to keep the terrorists from getting more rounds on the board with 2 M4A1s and 2 5.7s for NKJ and Nex. Crystal is almost on stock equipment, only has a flash with him. And the CTs need to hit their shots. There's no way around that. They don't have too much equipment to work with. And the terrorist on another A execution. The CTs have NKJ in there with his 5.7. He spotted the first one, calls in for the rotation, and gets a headshot onto Zillion and finishes him off. Snappy now with the FAMAS, getting the kill onto NKJ in underneath the balcony. It's a 4v3 now, thanks to a frag by Crystal. Speedy takes the leap of faith into the middle of the A bomb site, takes down 1, but SMF and Freeze are there for a squad, drawing it back to a 2v2. Freeze down to 16, SMF down to 24. Dennis is throwing out a smoke onto A apartments, trying to keep the terrorists from pushing from there, but there's nobody around that anymore. SMF is already on the A bomb site, and Freeze is trying to get in there as well, helping his teammate out, and he does it with a great shot onto Dennis, makes it a 1v2 situation, and Nex is now the last man. He's only got a pistol. He tries to find a weapon, but he figures that it's easier with the 5.7. He's got more speed, and he takes down the first, and the second goes down as well. The 5.7 is of course one of the best pistols in the game. All pistols are just awesome in CSGO right now, but that low HP on Freeze and SMF allowed Nex to push into the bomb site without worrying about the HP. He knew that both of the players are a one-shot no matter which body part he hits. So he decided to go in really fast, and he caught the terrorists in a bad position, made it 2-1. The force buy for the CTs paid off, but they are not out of the thick of things right now. They still have a Nova and MP7 for NKJ, and 2 rifles only for Dennis and Nex. The same goes for the terrorists, though. They have 2 Galils and 3 Tech 9s, and they are going for yet another A attack. Only 1 B execution, and the rest of the rounds have been taking place in the A bomb site. Dennis takes out Freeze with a good set spray. He kind of adjusted the angle, and now it's a Zillion taking out Dennis. Good shots by him. Snappy tries to occupy the CTs in middle, and he does a good job of holding Speedy in window room as long as he can, basically. NKJ, though, takes out SMF straight away. Soon as the smoke cleared, it was the terrorist's death. 4v3. Zillion still hanging out with his Tech 9, and he gets the kill thanks to his teammate taking away the CT's focus from the bomb side, and NKJ closes out Hunden, and the bomb is ticking quite fast, but he still manages to defuse it thanks to his defuse kit. NKJ with a triple kill, and the supposed weak spot, or some people have called NKJ out and said, well, Penta Sports need to remove him or something like that. He's doing quite nice in the past matches, I have to admit. NKJ when he was picked up, I thought, okay, let's see where this is going. He might be good. He might not be able to pull through against the tier 1 teams, but against the tier 2 teams, he's doing a good job. And at the moment, Penta's just trying to get back into full shape. Copenhagen Wolves trying to keep the CT's money as low as possible. They are pushing for the A bomb site in another round. NKJ with one, then gets backstabbed by Snappy, turning his back to the A. Main entrance, never a good idea. Cillian takes down Crystal inside the A bomb site. It's a 3v2 situation. Speedy and next on the retake. And Speedy gets forced away with that nade by Cillian. It's a 3v2. The bomb is not yet planted. The terrorists still need to work for that bomb planned. And the CTs are throwing their equipment at the terrorists, trying to keep them from planting, trying to make them guess themselves and doubt themselves and second guess their positions. Next now tries to find somebody inside the A bomb site, but the terrorists have exited and they have left the A bomb site right now. So Penta thinks that they might be on a B rotation and they pull both players out of the A bomb site. Speedy is still hanging out in CT spawn. He spots down into CT alley, and Nex is actually committed to the B bomb site now. He's in the underpass, trying to get a cheeky backstab. If the terrorists were around the B apartments, would be a good position to be in, but they are all coming into the A bomb site from the A apartment. Speedy now tosses out a nade, catches the bomb planter. Good shot by Speedy, but now he's down to 9 HP. He needs to hide away, even though the terrorists are just as low as him. They can plant the bomb right now. Nex is already there with the rotation. One full HP CT against 2 low HP terrorists, and it's no question about who will win this round. Speedy actually with one more kill despite his low HP, and Penta with the 4th round on the board. Copenhagen Wolves are putting up a really good fight right now, even though they don't end up with the rounds. We have seen so many 2vx situations already, and I think that Copenhagen Wolves could actually turn this into a successful terrorist side if they manage to string 2 rounds together and make Penta save. You look at the money situation for the CTs, it's looking horrible right now. Same goes for the terrorists, but they can work with that loser bonus and the bomb plants. SMF now shows what he's made of. 2 headshots for the Penta defenders inside the A bomb site. Penta on the rotation, but another A execution for Copenhagen Wolves. 4 of them, and 4 of those executions have been quite successful, even though they didn't get the rounds on the board. They did plant the bomb in a lot of rounds, I think in all of them, and they just lost those exchanges. And another double kill by SMF on the pushing next, and Chris, a good flash work for his teammates though. They allowed him to get that frag. Now it's Speedy in the CT spawn. He's trying to hide away to not let SMF get the ace, but SMF is on the hunt on the B bomb site, so he won't get it anyway. Speedy is still hiding away, doesn't find anyone either, and Copenhagen Wolves with the 2nd round. So I think that it's the right idea for Copenhagen Wolves to stick to the A bomb site, because they knew the entrance was successful. It was only the lack of HP on the after plant positions that made them lose the rounds. So they figured, let's stay with it. We will get that round at one point. So just trust yourself, be self-confident, and keep playing the way you did when it was the most successful, and it rewarded them with a round. Now the CTs are saving more or less that AK that Speedy saved. The rest of the squad only have pistols, and the terrorists take it slow. They have 3 players in middle. Taking control of that part of the map is crucial for the terrorists, and SMF just proceeds with his killing spree. 5 for him in the past 2 rounds. He's really putting up the numbers right now for the Danish squad. This terrorists are pulling back out of middle, swinging back to the A bomb site where Speedy is waiting, and he's down to 20 HP already. Good exchange with Snappy, who brought the CT down to that low HP. Now he should toss his AK for somebody else to pick it up. But I think there's nobody around Speedy. He's actually alone in CT spawn while Snappy takes out NKJ to open up the A bomb site. The terrorists are executing on B, so it was kind of a fake. And the 4 terrorists are pushing into the B bomb site. Speedy catches one off guard, but it's on the A bomb site, so it's not that much of a difference. Next, though, makes the difference with his dual elites, pulls it back to a 1v2 situation for his teammate. Speedy is not too eager to rotate, however, his 20 HP are not promising anything in this round. And Copenhagen Wolves will take another round as Penta lose. They lose Dennis to the VAC error, the thing that we already had yesterday. But it's a 4-3. He lost connection after he was dead, so there's no controversy or something like that. The Danes will win the round. We will have a pause, and Penta has the time to reconnect to the server. Even though it's a bummer to lose the momentum for Copenhagen Wolves, I think they could use that small pause to rework their strategies. They have used the A execution a lot of times. They have now used the middle go, even though they didn't actually execute to the A bomb site, but used their number advantage to draw the CTs away from A towards the B bomb site. Then they have used it to draw them away from B towards A. And in the end, it was only an anti-eco round. So now the Danes have the chance to talk about their upcoming strategy. They have that AWP for freeze. They can adjust their positions accordingly to the CT's positions in the previous round. Maybe they have spotted somebody in a certain position that they could abuse or something like that. For example, NKJ really likes to be up close to the terrorists at the balcony, so they could try to single him out and just overwhelm him, getting the first frag in the A bomb site, then smoking off the rest, you know, that kind of thing. Now Copenhagen Wolves finally get themselves the rounds that they needed. They could have gone for even more. Look at that, 3 plans. It was 1-1v1 situation, 1-2v2 situation, and another 2v2 situation. It was so close. The Danes could actually be 6-1 up right now. Now Penta on another save. Speedy still has that AK. He managed to save it 2 times. Let's see if he can take it to the next rifle round. Copenhagen Wolves on the B bomb site already. They have one inside. Azilian will try to clean it for his teammates. Next goes down. It's a 4v5. Azilian is pushing the kitchen as well. So he tries to keep the rotators at bay. That's one, but Speedy with his AK comes out on top of that. Then gets put down by Freeze. 4v2. Crystal and Dennis make that only Dennis. And on the A bomb site with a Smurf account. Fancy profile picture, but it won't help him against Snappy from afar. The headshot rings in. 4-4. Copenhagen Wolves with a good terrorist side so far. They controlled the economy at the early stages of the game and it paid off for them. So now they have 4 on the board. That means they only need 1 or... Well, if they get 2 more, it's an amazing outcome for them. If they get 1 more, it's really good, and if they stay at 4, it's still possible to come back into the game. Now the Danes have set up Freeze in the middle. He's just scoping up there, really self-confident, shown by Freeze, and they are going for that balcony play. NKJ is taken out by SMF straight away. Then Crystal answers onto Hunden, but the Zillion simply pushes through the smoke. He knows there's only an AWP, and he gets flashed in to get another one. But in the meantime, Speedy and Dennis drew it back to a 2v2 situation. Nexus on the rotation. He might catch Freeze's barrel, and he spots Freeze, and he takes him out. No question about that. Zillion, though, still in CT spawn, hanging out there, taking out another one and another one to take it to a quad kill in the round, holding it together for Copenhagen Wolves, making it 5-4. What an amazing showing by Azilian in this round. 13 frags now for him. He's not for no reason the highest rated player for Copenhagen Wolves right now. Just simply outstanding performance. 1 frag only for Hunden, but Freeze makes it look easy against this anti-eco round for the terrorists. Or against this eco round, I should say. With the first frag. Snappy with 1 onto NKJ, who tried to get some information. And the CTs now know that there's one in front of A. Speedy pushes around the A apartments to try and get a backstab going. But the terrorists have all the players gathered up in middle. They are fancying the B bomb site right now. SMF takes out Dennis, and Speedy will actually miss that chance to get that backstab while Nex gets the shot onto SMF. He gets pushed by Freeze though, and Speedy is now, well, he made that backstab possible by not getting back into middle but taking it to the B apartment straight away. And the 5-7, if he gets a kill onto Hunden, gets that rifle, he might do some decent damage to the terrorists. Now Hunden doesn't watch his back and the bomb gets dropped. That's a gift for Speedy. He just needs to hold on to that gift. He takes the AK as well, and he doesn't have armor, but he has that smoke to work with, and he smokes the T's off. Now he needs to turn around to take out Snappy, but Snappy is better, and of course the lack of armor makes it so hard to control your spray. As soon as you get aim punched, it's basically over. 6-4 now in favor of Copenhagen Wolves. Doing a really good job in the first map. And looking promising for the Danes right now. Let's take another look at the scoreboard. I haven't finished talking about the CTs. Dennis had that disconnect, so he's sitting at 1 and 3. 11 frags on Speedy and 10 for... 11 for Nex and 10 for Speedy. Yeah, learn to read, man. 5v5 though. It's a chance for Penta to get something back on the Copenhagen Wolves squad. The terrorists have 4 players lined up on the B bomb site, and Speedy and Nex are flashed. Now Nex gets one. Speedy goes down to SMF straight away. Nex with another one, and now he gets taken out, but it's a 2v3. The B defenders did their job already. Chris is caught in a firefight. He hides away though, reloads his gun and lets his teammates work for him. Dennis calls it. There's somebody in window, and not anymore, as he puts a bullet and another shot onto Hunden. What a great reaction by Dennis with that AWP. Draws it back for Penta. Makes it only 1 round difference between the two teams. Now it's getting closer to the end of this first half. Penta need those rounds on the board. If they can't make it 9-6, it's going to be hard on the second half. And I think they expected something better from themselves. Now maybe they can make up for the lack of rounds in the first half of this matchup by just taking it home on the last 4 rounds. Another B execution. Copenhagen Wolves just want to abuse the weakness on the CTs. Hunden with a straight headshot onto Nex. Quickly puts him on the place. Snappy then plants the bomb. Speedy is there with the refrag, making it a 4v4. But Snappy takes him out and makes it a 3v4. Now the CTs on the retake. They have 2 in kitchen and 1 is coming from B short. The terrorists don't necessarily cover B short, but there is Freeze from apartments. He takes a deeper look. Doesn't spot anyone yet, but Hunden is there. And Hunden gets flashed in. NKJ still gets a better of him. NKJ with another one. Making it a 2v2 situation. The terrorists on the run, but Chris is there to pick Snappy up, and the smoke comes out. The CTs need to defuse as fast as possible, and as Chris recovers his teammate, NKJ gets to defuse. And what a great team play by the retaking CTs. Crystal and NKJ just swiftly push the terrorists. They spotted the chance and they went for the defuse straight away. The smoke came out from Crystal, NKJ for the defuse, and Crystal covered him nicely. Actually got the frag on top of that, and together they will draw the game at 6 each. Now Copenhagen Wolves need to think about their strategy. The B-Go was successful for a few rounds, but not really, as they ended up losing quite the majority of the past rounds. Now they are back trying something else in this possibly last bye round for them. So they're back on the A bomb site. This time they will push through connector. Snappy with the first frag. NKJ still on the balcony. He's basically left alone in there. He doesn't have too much support, especially now as Chris got disposed of. Hunden with another frag. Hunden with a double kill. Freeze now with the chance to pick up his second, but he misses the shot. Nex is still alive, and Freeze pushes out. He knows that he's got support on the left. On the window room, it's SMF pushing up. Snappy does cover Nex in the end, and Freeze doesn't even need to pick up that frag. 7-6 straight away back on the board after giving away 2 to the CTs. Copenhagen Wolves are back in the driving seat, forcing the CTs on a save already. So that economy is working magical for the terrorists right now. They're pushing into middle. 3 players lined up. Speedy had no chance of crossing that. Even if Freeze didn't hit that shot, he would have been taken out by the AK sprays probably. And the terrorists will take it slow. They might run into CT stack though. SMF make that stack appear less dangerous with that frag onto Nex, who took out his teammate. And Freeze covers the back. Doesn't hit the shot though. The CTs know it's going to be the B bomb site. Then is coming in from behind. SMF suddenly changing his target, but getting that headshot onto Crystal was saving his life. It's a 2v3. The CTs have a rifle. It's Dennis with it. NKJ tries to put the pressure onto B shorts. Freeze tries to stay alive with that smoke. He smokes off NKJ, makes him retreat, but NKJ got that nade off onto Freeze and captured the AK. So we'll try to hold on to that for the next round, while Dennis is still eager to get some exit frags. He now gets taken down to 8 HP and needs to retreat. He finally makes the decision to just back off and keep the terrorists or let the terrorists do whatever they want to. 8-6 now in favor of Copenhagen Wolves. Last round of this half. Penta needed those 2 AKs. Now they can afford a real buy. And even though they might lack armor on a few players, it should be a halfway decent buy. There is the FAMAS for Nex. Speedy with another FAMAS, so it is actually a good buy for the CTs. If they use those FAMASs in the right positions, they're not necessarily too much weaker compared to the M4s. Now, good job by Dennis, flashing out there, allowing NKJ to take out SMF, and Dennis with a double kill in the A main approach, making it a 4v2 already. The terrorists are completely demolished right now, but they do the same to the CTs. Freeze and Snappy draw it back to 2v2. It's equal players on both teams, and the terrorists will reset their strategy. They know the bomb has been spotted by the CTs. They don't want to overextend and just push in there without any coordination, so they figure that it's easier if they would attack from A main and connect. Freeze just rings off a few shots. Nades being tossed around, almost takes Dennis out with his nade, but Dennis has the AK in his hands and he takes it to take down Freeze, and he even racks up another frag onto Snappy to make it a quad kill. 7-8. Penta stay within reach of 1 round compared to the Copenhagen Wolves squad. Well, it is the CT side. You're supposed to win it, and getting that last round was mandatory for Penta. Now they need the pistol round on the board. There's no way around that anymore. And if they can perform like they do right now concerning their frags, they could actually make it happen against the CTs. Now let's see what happens in the pistol round. Penta with no Tech 9, only Glocks, and a few nades on Crystal. Now they have switched the bomb around. Speedy ends up carrying the C4 right now. And the CTs with 3 players basically committed to the A bomb site. One is still checking out middle. And Dennis pokes into the A bomb site. Penta doesn't use any smokes, any nades on the A bomb site. They're just allowed to enter that without too much opposition. Now the CTs are eager to rotate, but actually there are 3 players of the terrorist squad on the B bomb site. And they're just waiting for the CTs to make that rotation and abuse the weakness that the CTs would kind of expose to the terrorists. Now Penta pulls all their 5 players together at the B apartments, and the CTs realize what's happening. They have 3 players on the site to defend it from being taken by Penta. Now the Germans are stuck in B apartments. They know that the CTs know where they are, so what to do now? That's the question for the Germans. They decide to go back to the A-bomb site, and it might be the right guess. NKJ is already in middle, holding Snappy from getting back into middle, getting back to connector and ambushing the terrorist on the rotation. NKJ keeps him at bay, even though he doesn't get the frag. At least he pushes him further back, and Dennis is there to take down Snappy. Then Cillian needs to step it up on the CT spawn, and he finds that magic headshot. SMF rings off 1 as well, but the terrorists are still in control against those 4 CTs. Cillian and Freeze quickly rack up 2 more frags, and Stan is alone against 3 CTs. SMF with 31 HP and Cillian with 72. They will just let the time run out and not allow Dennis to pick up any more frags. 9-7, the pistol round on the board on the CT side. Copenhagen Wolves are in a prone position to take it home. today in the first map, of course. The second one would be Inferno. And Penta did perform not too good on Inferno against Existence in the 99 damage arena on Thursday. 16-14, they managed to win, but they were the clear favorites in this matchup. So maybe Copenhagen Wolves could actually pull off the upset. Now MP9s for Freeze, Hunden and Snappy, MP7 for SMF, and FAMAS for Isilien. On the other side we have the Terrorists with a more or less defensive buy. They only have 2 Tech 9s compared to the 4 Tech 9s that usually get bought. The rest with 2 P250s. Now the 1 Tech 9 rings off the first frag for the Terrorists. Next with another one. He tries to get another one onto Snappy, making it a 4v2. The CTs get demolished by only 1 player, and it's a young talent in the German squad. Next with the Tech 9, abusing the pistol's advantage by just running around. ADing and dodging the bullets, making it a quad kill together with his teammate, taking out Hunden in the end. Penta will draw it 1-1 in the second half and demolish the CT's economy. Those 2 Tech 9s have been enough, and the CTs have enough money to buy a few more AKs for their squad, and especially the Knights. And it will be the difference maker in this round. They can smoke everything off whatever they want to. They can nade it, they can flash in there. The CTs need to hit those shots with the scouts that they have purchased. Freeze and SMF will be the guys to hold the team together in this round. See, good nade onto Hunden in the apartments. Krista catches a headshot, needs to defend himself from being taken out in middle, and he just gets pushed by the CTs. Snappy with the frag, but Nex is there to get that refrag. He was a little bit too late though to help his teammate stay alive, but he makes up for that with a second frag onto Freeze. Now makes it a 2v4. SMF spotted 1 player. It's Dennis with the SMG. No, with the AK actually. In the meantime, Nex tries to hold the CTs on the A bomb site and keep them from rotating to B. As Cillian figures that kind of entrance or exit from the A bomb site is sealed, so he decides to exit through A main and just hang out in terrorist spawn for now. Penta with an almost flawless anti-eco round will, oh my god, will work magic for their squad. Now, I'm sorry, my game just broke down, so I need to reconnect real quick. Give me a second. Not even Schalkers are safe from hiccups like that. Sorry for that small break. Wait a second. I have to scroll up to find the GoTV IP. There it is. Luckily for us, it was at the end of an anti-eco round, so it wasn't that important. If it was a 1v1 and my game breaks down, I'm more sorry than that. Now let's hop back into the game in a second. There we go. So sorry for the small disconnect. I can't do anything about that, but the terrorists have been able to do something about the CTs. Snappy down to 39. He's the last man standing with that AK in his hands. But it was not the strongest buy, I think. Yeah. Snappy goes down to speed in the end. 10-9. Penta converted those mandatory rounds into their favor. Now the CTs with the first real rifle round in the second half. Let's see if they can scrape a few rounds together before Penta can get back on them. Or maybe Penta will just flawlessly win all the rest of the rounds. There are so many possibilities now. Freeze showed us that he's on good form today, and he doesn't find anyone in middle, so he rotates back to another position, holds on to middle from that connector area. And tries to be as close to the A bomb site as possible to help SMF and the Cillian to defend that. The terrorists are on the verge of taking it to the A bomb site. They have all the players lined up for that. And Cillian now, oh, Freeze gets taken out by Next straight away. He had his crosshair settled for that. Speedy burns SMF underneath the balcony. It's a Cillian, the last hope on the A bomb site. He gets taken out by Dennis. A well played Penta execution will completely demolish the CTs and not leave anyone left except for Hunden, who's in CT spawn waiting for the round to end basically. And if the terrorists want to go for that, they could actually go for that rifle and try to remove it so the CTs are left with nothing in the next round. Could happen. Now they're closing in from two directions. Hunden gets the first one, gets the second one as well. Good job by him staying alive. Now he needs to fend off one more player. It's Chris to come in from hole in the wall, and Chris takes him out with ease. 11-9. Giving up those two players was definitely worth removing that rifle. Now Penta can take this round more relaxed. They can kind of move into the bomb site without worrying about that rifle, you know. Where is that one rifle that could make us lose this round? Copenhagen Wolves decide to have a rifle-like pistol in the hands of SMF, 5.7 for Hunden and Snappy, P250 for Freeze and the Cillian. So they upgraded their pistols to whatever they like to. And they went for a 5-man stack on A just for the beginning of this round. Now Dennis disposed of the first one, and Freeze with a good hop onto B short, getting in there to the B bomb site, helping his teammate out a little bit. Now they just need to pick up those frags as well, remove as many rifles as possible. Next though has everything under control, fakes to hop into the bomb site to draw some fire, but doesn't even need to draw the fire. He takes Hunden out straight away. Snappy gets the kill onto NKJ. Penta will go for the bomb plant in the meantime. Snappy is trying to get away with that rifle. He has to find Dennis first, and Dennis is down to 5 HP. Terrorists are closing in to remove that rifle from Snappy. They know the next round will be a buy round for the CT, so if Snappy saves that AK, it might actually mean the Copenhagen Wolves save some money, and Penta want to prevent that from happening. They want to keep the CT's economy as low as Copenhagen Wolves did for their own economy in the first half. And it seems like Snappy is safe for now, but he might run into Crystal, who has a scope pinned down on that corner. Snappy is intelligent enough to not cross that corner and doesn't find that kill, but the main objective was to save that AK, and he did it. So now he has some more money to spare. He could drop or he could just save it, and the CTs are going for that auto scope for a Cillian and an AWP for free. So heavy investment for Copenhagen Wolves. They want to stop Penta from getting any more rounds, and rightfully so. The German squad has 12 on the board right now. They slowly but surely work their way up there, and Copenhagen Wolves definitely need to stop them from stringing together more rounds than they already did. Now Penta with a 2-man spread on A and 2-man in B apartments. The bomb gets carried in there as well, just a little bit delayed to not risk and lose it on the B apartments. It's always an awkward spot to lose the bomb in, so the Germans try to avoid that from happening by just having two players capture that area, then have the bomb move in a little bit delayed. NKJ catches a few bullets courtesy of SMF and goes down to 10 HP, needs to back off and allows the CTs to fall back into the deeper parts of the A bomb site. Now Freeze on the rotation towards B, and he's needed there to help his teammates out. Crystal though down to 10 HP, the nade will blow him to parts. 4v5 in favor of the CTs. It's a much needed round for Copenhagen Wolves. They can't give up any more rounds to the terrorists, and Dennis is trying to get into the A bomb site. He's got that angle, but he doesn't know. Well, now he catches SMF off guard, makes it a 4v3, opens up the A bomb site, makes Freeze rotate, but Freeze has the bullet for his head. The name was engraved. It said Dennis, and he sent it the right way. Snappy now takes out NKJ, but gets backstabbed by Speedy, who's just running with a lot of speed, running around in middle, getting one shot off onto Freeze and Hunden, but Speedy is so low that Hunden doesn't even need to necessarily kill him with the rifle. He could have just slapped him in the face, and he would have been dead anyway. 12-10 now, Copenhagen Wolves winning a round back, making it less less bad than it did just a moment ago. Now that autoscope in Asilian's hands on the A bomb site could wreak havoc, but Dennis is there, gets the better of Asilian. If Asilian had that AWP, he could have taken Dennis out, but now he's demolished by that one hit, one kill scope, and Freeze is trying to make up with that with his own scope. He doesn't hit the shot though and needs to back off. He's under so much pressure that he decides to go to the CT spawn, get another angle. The terrorists are on the A capture at the moment. Hunden disposes of NKJ. Why didn't they smoke off the CT spawn? They didn't have a smoke, and that was a major mistake for Penta. Now they allowed the CTs to fully rotate, and even though they get one frag back courtesy of Dennis, it's a 3v4. Now Speedy makes that a 2v4 and gets it back into his teammates' favor. Dennis covers the bomb. This time it's not failing again. Freeze is the last man for Copenhagen Wolves, and he comes back to take Crystal out. He might have Speedy lined up as well, but Speedy has the right timing, and he goes to work on him. 13-10. Penta lose one, but now they are straight back, and the CTs need to save. Horrible outcome for Copenhagen Wolves. Now they will probably lose this round, and Penta are on the verge of taking it to match point. 18 frags for Snappy, 16 for SMF and Asilian, and 25 for Nex. Dennis gets one on the board with the Tech 9, another one for him. He is just pushing in to the A bomb side, no fear at all. He pushes even further, taking, not actually taking Snappy out, it was Speedy. Next with the autoscope, kicks off Hunden, and it's a 14-10 scoreline. Now Copenhagen Wolves' last effort, they need to win that round. There's no way around that. They need to overcome the AWP and the autoscope for Dennis and Nex, and I'm curious how the terrorists actually want to use those two rifles. They use Dennis to open up on the A bomb site, and they send Nex into A apartments to take that out if anyone was pushing. In the meantime, Snappy tried to get some information and get something back in middle, but he was punished by Speedy for that more or less careless play by Copenhagen Wolves. They sent Snappy in alone without any flash support, any real support. Freeze though makes up, gets the frag onto NKJ, then Speedy gets put down by Asilian. It's a 4v3. The CTs have turned it into their favor, but Freeze catches a bullet, goes down to 20 HP. SMF gets him out though, keeps his teammate alive with the frag onto Dennis, and now Nexus smoked off on A apartments. Crystal is flashed to death. SMF quickly picks him off, and Asilian just sprays into A apartments to keep Nex from getting anywhere anytime soon. The CTs all have their eyes pinned down on that exit of apartments, and they are either firing there or just holding that angle. Now tossing a nade at Nex, making him lose even more HP. SMF is on the backstab, and Nex should hear that. Let's see if he actually hears that. No, especially not as SMF has messed up that strafe jump onto the fence, and now he's taking it really slow. Nex doesn't find anyone anymore. Freeze is there, taking him out, making it 14-11. But so much money on the terrorist side, they can easily buy up at least one more round after this one, so they don't need to worry yet. If Copenhagen Wolves win those two rounds, however, they would be in the same or in the position to draw this game and make it 14-14. Asilian now with a cheeky peek into middle, tossing out that nade, taking Speedy down to 72 HP in middle. And the terrorists are going for middle control. The CTs have 3 players gathered around there. If Asilian gets that frag onto Dennis, it might be a crucial kill to pick up for the CTs. SMF firing off a few shots onto Crystal, taking him down to 50 HP, but Speedy has his teammates covered, takes out Snappy, who was coming in from B short. Trying to take a peek into middle was a little bit too risky for him at the moment. Asilian though takes the better of Speedy, and makes it a 4v4 again. And the HP on the terrace is not looking too good, but the CTs don't have any more nades whatsoever. Dennis picks off a Cillian in window room. Good job by him, but Handen is there, and he comes in from the hole in the wall, takes Crystal out from behind, makes it a 3v3 again. They are taking turns and taking each other out. Now the terrace on the B bomb site push, and they have Handen to work against on there. Handen is already close by. Let's see if the terrace actually expect him to be around. Handen with a good spray. Much needed kill for the CTs. Now he's under pressure. Nex is firing away. Nex, goes down to 12 HP, but picks off the frag. Now Dennis missing a crucial shot, allowing the CTs to get back into kitchen, but makes up for the first miss. Takes out SMF. Then Freeze is there to pick off Dennis. It's a 1v1 situation. Nex on 12 HP and Freeze on 33, and it's enough for the CT. Nex can't get out on top of that exchange and goes down to the P2000. 12 to 14 in favor of Penta Sports. Losing this round was an important win for Copenhagen Wolves. Hurt Penta's economy. As you can see, they needed to toss around a few weapons, but it's not, not the game breaker right now for the Germans. They still have 5 AKs. They can still take it to 15 to 12 and then have 3 match points. But it kind of gave Copenhagen Wolves that confidence back that they can win those trades. They can win those 1v1 situations. And especially Freeze, with that pissed against Nex, has that confidence right now. He's trying to find the frag in middle, but he's forced away with all those nades and smokes flying his way. He doesn't want to risk being taken out that early in the round, so he backs off, reconsiders his position, and goes to the A bomb site. Lets the Cillian pick up the coverage of the middle entrance to the A bomb site, and Penta is going for that. They have 3 players around, and they will push in there. As Cillian does not pay attention right now. He's in another spot, and the terrorists will get into the A bomb site uncontestedly right now. Freeze is still in CT spawn, ringing off that first shot, taking out Dennis. Then it's the Cillian's time to chime in with the frag onto Nex. Crystal disposes of him though. Still keeps the terrorists in the round. If they manage to get SMF killed, they could capture the A bomb site. SMF though takes out Speedy. Crystal at the same time takes out his opponent, and Handen then gets a refrag and another one onto Crystal and NKJ, making it 14 to 13. It was getting a little bit too close. Those first frags for Copenhagen Wolves should have been those frags that made them get the positional advantage and all that, but Penta did a good job of trading the blows and covering themselves as they were moving into the A bomb site. Good team play by Penta. Even though they didn't get the round, at least they made it costly for the CTs. Now Copenhagen Wolves against this anti-eco round, and against this eco round. Next with the first frag onto Snappy, he goes for more. No, actually was NKJ. Dropping the bomb in that position was not the best play to make, but Dennis gets a frag onto Handen after picking up a team kill in this crucial round. Penta is not able to capture the B bomb site completely. Dennis and Crystal trying to find any more CTs. The Cillian is coming in from behind already, and the CTs have both windows occupied by Freeze and SMF. So whatever Chris is trying to do, he would run into the crossfire of the CTs, and if they don't mess up horribly, he shouldn't be able to put down the bomb or frag any more CTs. Now SMF is kind of exposed with his back to Crystal, and Crystal senses some blood. He gets the frag onto SMF, now flashes himself into kitchen. Great play by Crystal. Oh, pressuring Freeze, but Freeze turns around to take him out. Swift kill for him, keeping his squad alive in this 3v1 situation. Crystal could have made it a 1v1 and planted the bomb, or maybe even won it. But now it's a 14 to 14. The Danish squad are not giving up on this game. They are back on track, but Penta with another rifle round, they could make it 15 to 14. Now it's do or die situation for the Germans. They can't necessarily afford to buy up in another round. If they can't plant the bomb, they wouldn't be able to get a decent buy going. They would of course go for the buy and try to get whatever they can, but it wouldn't be the strongest buy that they could have. Now the Wolves with a 3-man stack on the A bomb site, they leave middle completely open to the terrorists. There is nobody to take even the slightest of a peek into middle, and it is the right guess though. Penta with 4 players over at the A execution, and Nex is on the B bomb site here. He's all alone. Occupied by, or he occupies 2 CTs on the B bomb site, so he did his job, and the Cillian actually checks out middle approach. SMF is lucky to get that frag onto Speedy, who was jumping into the bomb site more or less. As we have a small leg on the Go TV. 4v5 situation in favor of the CTs. So Cillian gets another one onto Chris. It's a 3v5. Dennis and company need to pull it together for Penta. Otherwise, they would run out of rounds to make it happen. Even though they did have a really good start on the terrorist side, they couldn't take it home in the end right now. Copenhagen Wolves on the driving seat. Freeze puts down the gas pedal and makes it a 5v2 actually. I almost forgot about Freeze with his 17 HP. Next is the last man standing. He's coming in from balcony, and SMF has a double kill, even a triple kill in the round to make it 15-14. The Wolves are in control. They have 1 match point, and it's theirs to lose right now. The Penta squad doesn't necessarily have all the money they want to have. They can definitely scrape up a decent buy, but decent buy in this position means Galil and 4 Tech 9s. That's the most that they could hope for right now. At least they have the good pistols and armor for everybody, all the nades they want to have. They're going for the A bomb site, and in the past few rounds they weren't necessarily the most successful team with those A executions. Now let's see if they can get themselves out on top of that one. Freeze and company are there with 4 players. Snappy putting down the first one through the smoke onto Nex. Now Penta in some trouble. They have lost their first player, and they weren't able to trade the frag to the CTs. Hunter with a double kill. Snappy pushing through the smoke, taking out another one. It's a 5-man surviving round for the CTs to close this game out. The bomb gets defused, and it's a 16-14 scoreline in favor of Copenhagen Wolves, with 28 frags for Nex and 22 for Freeze and SMF. So good team effort by the Danish squad. Almost everybody within the range of 20 frags except for Hunden. And the other ones on Penta with 28 and 26 for Nex and Dennis. Dennis probably has even more than 26 frags because he had that disconnect and uses his Smurf to reconnect. I think he might have ended up with a 30 bomb even. But it wasn't enough for Penta. Now you see that frags don't actually... well, they count, obviously. NKJ ended up in on the bottom of the scoreboard with only 10 frags. But having a few sick fraggers doesn't necessarily mean that you win the game. In the end, it's a 5-man team, and all the 5 men need to perform to take it home. Penta have 1 more map to make up for the first one, and it's going to be Inferno. We will move on to this map in a second. We just give the players a small break to get back with as much energy as they possibly can have. So I'm going for a small advertisement break. See you in a few minutes, and thank you for tuning in. It's an honor to cast for you, so make sure to follow the channel and tune in the future. We will have all the Go Champions League games on here.